G'day. This morning when you woke up, you were given a great gift. You were given the gift of another 24 hours. And it is a gift because 37,000 people or more around the world did not receive that gift. That's how many people die every day on this spinning planet. My name is Willem, and in one of my previous videos I demonstrated that this jar here represents that 24 hours of your day that you receive, if you're fortunate enough, every morning. What you do with that 24 hours is of paramount importance for your life, for your income, for your health. 8 of those hours have already been used because you need those 8 hours just to simply get enough sleep for you to function well. So what do you do with the remaining 16? I have some ideas for you, and in a previous video I demonstrated that the big rocks in your life, the things that you consider to be of paramount importance, must go into this jar first. And for me, those are health, gratitude, relationships, income, and I know some people don't like to talk about money, but here's what Zig Ziglar said: money isn't everything, but it's right up there with oxygen. Knowledge or learning, leisure, because you've got to have a break. And for me, one of my core values, or one of my big rocks, is travel. I want to see as much of the world as I can before I am no longer given that gift. Now, some people say, and I've seen it on YouTube videos, the best calendar is no calendar at all. And although that might be a nice thought, I have found from my 60 years on the planet, in life and in business, that the people who are most successful have their days really well planned. Every day as I go about my life, I find many people are simply trying to get through the day. My advice to you is try and get from the day. A lot of people say, oh, look, just chillax, just relax, just drift through the day. Here is what I have found, that if you try and drift through the day, that's what happens. You drift, and you cannot drift to the top of a mountain. You must climb. You must do the hard work. So I would ask you to plan your 16 hours of every day very, very carefully. Because if you don't plan your day, if you don't plan your 24 hours, you're going to find that you are going to become part of someone else's plan. You're going to become part of Instagram's plan. You're going to become part of McDonald's plan. You're going to become part of TikTok's plan. You're going to become part of your boss's plan or your company's plan. And guess what they have got planned for you? The answer is not very much. So the best way to plan your day is to plan around the big rocks in your life. Each morning I wake around 4:30 to 5 o'clock a.m. And the very first thing I do is I finish my day on paper or on my calendar before I actually get out of bed and I start it. If you don't have the day well planned, you will simply become, as I've already said, part of other people's plans for you. And so my 16 hours looks like that. They're the big rocks in my life that I just discussed with you. And I find that unless you put time in your calendar, in your Google calendar, in your Outlook calendar, if you don't put time in your calendar to make those big rocks happen, guess what? They just don't happen. If you don't put the big rocks into your 16 hours first, your day tends to look like that. It gets filled by emails, phone calls, distractions, and other people's plans for you. So I would ask you to put the big rocks into your day at the very beginning. Now, how do you do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. So let's go have a look at 1 week in my life. This coming week, that's now coming up, my mentor, Mr. Rohn, said, don't start the day till you have it finished. He then said, if you want to be successful, don't start the week till you have it finished. And if you want to fly with the eagles, don't start your month till it's finished. Now, I'm the first to admit, I don't think I've ever actually achieved a full month before it's been finished, but I certainly do prepare my week on a Sunday. Let's go and have a look what that actually looks like. Okay, welcome back, and here is my upcoming week. So today is Monday the 22nd of August
2022, and this is the week that I planned out yesterday, Sunday, for the week ahead. I'd like to take you through a couple of things that indicate where my big rocks are in this week. So you can see here at the very beginning, I get up around 4:30 in the morning, and for the first hour and a half, I have a morning routine. Now, my morning routine consists of about 10 to 12 habits. I'm not going to go through those in this video. I will, however, discuss my morning routine in a separate video. After my morning routine, we normally go walking, exercising. At the moment, this week is different because Jen's just had a small procedure done at the hospital, and so she's laid up for 2 to 3 weeks. So I've actually moved the exercise time to the late afternoon, as you can see here in blue. So that's slightly different to my normal weeks. So, but for this week, after my morning routine, I've put in my green frog time. Now, these are items that are both urgent and important that need to be dealt with, as we all have, and they're normally related to, obviously, my businesses. So that happens there. Now, it's called green frog time because Mark Twain once said that if you need to eat a frog, which is not everybody's cup of tea, he says it's best to do it first thing in the morning, get out of the way. So anything that I need to deal with urgently, and that's important, that comes up and gets knocked over first thing in the morning. So the other big rocks that you would have seen me deal with is learning, and certainly my personal development. At the moment, I'm taking an enormous interest in YouTube and becoming a YouTuber. So you can see those big rocks are in my week. So Mondays and Wednesdays I do scripting for my videos, and I shoot the 3 videos on a Saturday afternoon. I do them all in one go. So you can see that big rock's in there. The red ones are meetings, obviously, for the business. We have a team meeting on Thursdays, and then there's obviously other meetings through the week. This one here on a Tuesday morning is my WAM. That's a weekly accountability meeting. We do that with people around the world, where we sit down and we write goals for a 12-week year. Again, we'll talk about that in another video. And each Tuesday we hold each other accountable to see if we've actually delivered on what we said we were going to do in the past week. I've already discussed my exercise, big rock, that's there. My other one that is leisure is one of my big rocks. So I work on my golf game on a Wednesday afternoon. I also work on it, I play competition on a Friday, and then for relaxation I play 9 holes early on a Sunday morning. So this area in yellow, light yellow at the end, it's a course that I'm doing. So I've put time aside every day to spend an hour on that course. And this other big rock, this Triple F, that's Fastest Finger First. That's a game show that's on TV. My sister and I watch it together online, and then we have a bit of a competition. So it's a good way to catch up with my sister during the week. And then in the evening, before I go to bed, after dinner, I'm either reading or watching some YouTube videos from people that I have subscribed to. So that essentially is my week, as you can see there. It's planned out in detail. Now, obviously, things happen. Things don't always work out the way they want. But if for any reason that happens, let's say this red frog time, there's something that's really urgent and important that needs to be completed, and it can't do the research and the scripting on these videos at this time, well, then what I'll do is I'll move that into there. Then I've got time that I can actually get that done. So often, once the week's finished, it looks nothing like I planned it. But I think it's better to start with a plan rather than no plan at all. And that's just something that I'm very, very passionate about. I think if you don't plan your week, it just gets away from you. So that's my week. I hope you found that of interest. I thought I'd show you an actual week as it was. Now, your week might look totally different to mine. I understand that. The point I want to make, though, is that it's really important to get these big rocks in, because if you don't, there is a real chance that they'll fall by the wayside, and they never, ever happen. It was Brian Tracy who said, "There is never enough time to do everything, but there is always enough time to do the most important things." Time is actually far more important than money. You could lose $10,000 and you could earn it back. You could earn far more back than that. However, if you blow 24 hours, if you just dwindle them away, you will never ever get those 24 hours back again. So it's so important. I can't stress enough how important it is to plan your days, have your day finished on paper before you even started. Till we meet again, use your time wisely.